Bonsoir Geneva. Je m'appelle Johnny Campbell. J'habite à Huddersfield en Nord-Angleterre. Huddersfield au 30 km from Manchester. And I'm going to play some songs, original musique, aussi, original musique avec traditional folk songs de la région Nord-Angleterre. And this song is a song about a massive sheep from Derby. And this is a traditional song from 500 years ago. And what usually tends to happen with these really old folk songs is they tend to gain as many verses to the song as the age of the song. So I've managed to condense those 500 verses down to 6, because after the third verse you get the idea of how big this sheep is, and we don't need to carry on the story. So this is the tale of the Derby ram. As I was going to Derby, was on the market day, I spied the finest ram, sir, that was ever fed on hay. And indeed, me lads, it's true, me lads, I never was known to lie. If you'd have been in Derby to see him same as I. The horns of this ram, sir, they reached up to the sky, and eagles made their nests on top. You could hear the young ones cry, and indeed, me lads, it's true, me lads, I never was known to lie. If you'd have been in Derby to see it same as I. Tale of this ram, sir, though you could not tell, went all the way to Ireland. It rang St. Patrick's bell, and indeed, me lads, it's true, me lads, I never was known to lie. If you'd have been in Derby to see him same as I. Then all the women of Derby came begging for his ears to make them leather aprons that will last them 40 years. And indeed, me lads, it's true, me lads, I never was known to lie. If you'd have been in Derby to see him same as I. The man that killed this ram, sir, was up to his waist in blood. The boy that held the basin was washed away in the flood. And indeed, me lads, it's true, me lads, I never was known to lie. If you'd have been in Derby to see them same as I. Took all the men of Derby to carry away the bones, took all the women of Derby to roll away the stones. And indeed, me lads, it's true, me lads, I never was known to lie. If you'd have been in Derby to see them same as I. And indeed, me lads, it's true, me lads, I never was known to lie. If you'd have been in Derby to see them same as I. And now my song is over, I've got no more to say. So give me port and brandy and I'll be on me way. Merci beaucoup. Okay, this next song is an original song of mine, and I originally wrote this song about 7 years ago during the first refugee crisis from Syria. I was doing a tour in Balkan states, Serbia, Bulgaria, places like that, and seeing the refugees from Syria for the first time, catching the buses, things like that. And it's a bit sad that I still have to sing this song, which is a bit of like a pro-refugee, anti-war song, especially with the Ukraine crisis. Because there's a lot of songs within the British folk genre that romanticise the idea of living life without a home. And this is a bit of an anti-folk song in that sense. It's called Complaint. Come gather round, you roving lads, take heed of my complaint. For trudging on the open road may blight your heart's content. In bothies, barns, or anywhere until the day lay by. Let sorrow be your faithful friend, where the company will prove kind. As sunrise shone down screaming skies, disclosing many's a scene, I spied upon a youthful pair conversing on a green. Take heed of my complaint, my love, with all your heart and will. This grievance I will tell to thee, this grievance I will tell. Cursed be those cold, dark winter nights that came so swift around. Cursed be the tree that sheltered me as I wept there on the ground. Cursed be those dour, damp, dreary nights that are now at an end. Springtime I will soon embrace, I remind myself again. Come gather round, you roving lads, take heed of my complaint. For trudging on the open road may blight your heart's content. In bothies, barns, or anywhere until the day lay by. Let sorrow be your faithful friend, where the company will prove kind. Merci beaucoup. Okay, this next song I wrote on my first tour across the east coast of the United States, and ended up performing in a place called Wilmington in the state of Delaware, which is about 3 hours south of New York. And if you've ever had the misfortune of going to Wilmington, it's a very strange place. But it was like, the show was like, kind of like an early evening show, a little bit like this, like 6 o'clock in the evening. It's quite normal in the United States to have early evening shows. And down the main street, there were police with machine guns and pistols on display, protecting that one street where my show was happening. I think they overestimated my popularity. I think it might have been the first time they might have had a show there for 30 years. But it was at that moment that the guy putting on the show decided to tell me that this is the place with the highest murder rate in the United States. And unfortunately for me, I was there for another 3 more days. And after the show, I went back to where I was staying, locked myself in the room for 3 days, and wrote a lot of songs. And this is one of those songs, it's called Wanderlust. I've been traveling a long and dusty road where Woody and other folks did go to earn $1 or a dime, hoping folks are kind, where the outstretched arms of solidarity lie, and the ever-changing leaves match the lives we lead, going down this long and dusty road. Through backwoods, through city and through town. It's there they say that New York wears the crown, but the jewels of the East are found in dirty streets, where the gamblers of your soul, they do not roam. And a gentle lilting breeze dances through the trees in Delaware and Pittsburgh, Newark town. Yeah, my pockets are light and my heart is the same. It's Massachusetts, Maryland and Maine. Yeah, my pockets are light and my heart is the same. Gentle as the wind that sweeps the plain. Gentle as the wind that sweeps the plain. And one day I'll find that golden track to the ones who keep the demons off my back. And in times of misery are a distant memory, where the rivers they run wild and free, and a true lover's kiss is purer than this, the whiskey that flows through these veins. Yeah, my pockets are light and my heart is the same, from Massachusetts, Maryland and Maine. Yeah, my pockets are light and my heart is the same. Gentle as the wind that sweeps the plain. Gentle as the wind that sweeps the plain. Yeah, my pockets are light and my heart is the same, from Massachusetts, Maryland and Maine. Yeah, my pockets are light and my heart is the same. Gentle as the wind that sweeps the plain. Gentle as the wind that sweeps the plain. Yeah, my pockets are light and my heart is the same, from Massachusetts, Maryland and Maine. Yeah, my pockets are light and my heart is the same. Gentle as the wind that sweeps the plain. 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 Thank you very much. Now, you may or may not know this, but back in the UK, we have a very strange phenomenon that's been happening for about 25, maybe even about 27 years. you are never more than 2 meters away from a Manchester United fan. Nowadays, you are never more than 2 meters away from a climate change denier. So this song is dedicated to those fuckers. Manchester United fans and climate change deniers. And this song is written from the perspective of a climate change denier. And it's called Climate Change is Coming, and I don't give a fuck. Change is coming and I don't give a damn. I can't see any reason to change the way I am. The Lord's wrath is upon us and we deserve it all. Climate change is coming and I'm gonna have a ball. I've read it in the papers, I've seen it in the news. Hell's a rocket ride away, our lifestyle is the fuse. We buy and fly, the world heats up and things go to the dogs. The British Beaujolais sounds nice, let's stick it to the frogs. Climate change is coming and I don't really care. Scream and shout, just let it out, you know you'll get nowhere. The Lord's wrath is upon us and we deserve it all. Climate change is coming and I'm gonna have a ball. From a sweatshop and I look really cool. Recycling is a con, do you take me for a fool? And as for carbon credits, say I told you so. Just spend, go round the bend until the whole thing blows. Climate change is coming and I don't really care. Scream and shout, just let it out, you know you'll get nowhere. The Lord's wrath is upon us and we deserve it all. Climate change is coming and I'm gonna have a ball. My girl said, come on over for a night you won't forget. She only lives next door to me, she went on EasyJet. We were shagging like the clappers when we both began to cough. Pollutants in the atmosphere, that's what gets us off. Climate change is coming and I don't give a shit. I can't see any reason for me to do my bit. The Lord's wrath is upon us and we deserve it all. Climate change is coming and I'm gonna have a ball. Armageddon happened, the Messiah never showed. Mad Max, eat your heart out, it's the end of the road. To all you finger waggers still up to your old tricks, you saddle party poopers, at least I've got my fix. Climate change is coming and I don't give a fuck. You say the world is finished, well my friend that's just your luck. The Lord's wrath is upon us and we deserve it all. Climate change is coming and I'm gonna have a ball. Climate change is coming and I'm gonna have a ball. Climate change is coming, I'm gonna have a ball. Cool. Merci beaucoup. This next song is about a man called Victor Jara. And Victor Jara was a musician from Chile in South America. And he was a protest singer, activist, songwriter, theatre director. And back in the 1960s and 1970s, and in the 1980s in Chile, it wasn't really cool to sing songs of rebellion and revolution because there was a man called General Pinochet, the dictator, who wanted to put an end to all the people spreading the great message of peace, love, rebellion, revolution. And Victor Jara was kind of caught up in all of this, and being a left-wing protest singer, they decided to take, General Pinochet decided to take Victor Jara and many other activists to a stadium in Chile, and this is what happened to Victor Jara. And if you don't know Victor Jara, he's kind of like the South American Bob Dylan, kind of, if you will. And this is a song about his life and what happened to him under General Pinochet. Victor Jara from Chile lived like a shooting star. He fought for the people of Chile with his songs and his guitar. His hands were gentle, his hands were strong. Victor was a peasant, he was barely 6 years old when he sat upon his father's plough and watched the earth unfold. His hands were gentle, his hands were strong. When the neighbours had a wedding, one of their children died. His mother sang all night for them with Victor by her side. His hands were gentle, his hands were strong. He campaigned for Allende, he canvassed night and day. Take hold of your brother's hand, the future starts today. His hands were gentle, his hands were strong. He sang for the copper miners, for the lads who worked the land, for the women in the factories. They knew he was their man. His hands were gentle, his hands were strong. When Pinochet took Chile, they arrested Victor then. They caged him in a stadium with 5,000 frightened men. His hands were gentle, his hands were strong. They broke the bones in both his hands, kicked him in the head, tortured him with electric wires, and then they shot him dead. His hands were gentle, his hands were strong. Victor Jara from Chile lived like a shooting star. He fought for the people of Chile with his songs and his guitar. His hands were gentle, his hands were strong. His hands were gentle, his hands were strong. His hands were gentle, his hands were strong. Merci beaucoup. Okay, this next song is a single that I released 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's a collaboration with myself and a group from Leeds called Commoners Choir, which has members of Chumbawambarim, and Commoners Choir, a big group of like 50 people in this rebellious choir, and also as well a big brass band called Skelmanthorpe Brass Band. So on the recording there might be about 60 or 70 people. Unfortunately they couldn't be here today, but I'm going to try and do my best to replicate a 70-piece brass band. But this is the song, and it's a song called A Right to Roam. And in England, within the countryside in England, you are not able to access a lot of it. 92% of it is completely off bounds, it's closed off. But in places like Scotland or Estonia or Sweden, Finland, Norway, maybe even here in Switzerland, you can walk along the mountains, you can cycle along the mountains maybe, maybe even camp. In Scotland you can do that 100%. In England you can only do that, or part of that, on 8% of the country. So this is a song about reclaiming the land and being part of it. It's called A Right to Roam. In 1649 to St. George's Hill they come. The diggers came to show the people's will. The landlords they despise, the clergy they defy, to reclaim rightly what was ours. Through courage, through might, embodied the people's plight, their homes and crops raised to the roots below. Their struggle was not in vain, we'll sing of them again in our quest for a right to roam. Rising plumes of acrid smoke bellowed out those words you choke, a plan to liberate the working folk. When Rothman heard the call to the moorland for a stroll, free the heather from the bondage of a few, for just one day a week on a Sunday for a Sikh, bid adieu to the clag from all and down. Their struggle was not in vain, we'll sing of them again in our quest for a right to roam. Over pike, fell, clough and moor, mongst the bracken I adore. I think of those who have gone before. Wainwright, Wordsworth and McCall, Coleridge, Clare and many more, though these lines permit to name a few. So I'll roam where I will, over mountain and hill, lie where the sun-kissed rock entices me. Their struggle was not in vain, we'll sing of them again in our quest for a right to roam. So I'll roam where I will, over mountain and hill, lie where the sun-kissed rock entices me. For now 2 days a week, maybe more now we shall seek in our quest for a right to roam. For now 2 days a week, maybe more now we shall seek in our quest for a right to roam. Merci beaucoup. Okay, this next song is a traditional song of Northern England, and this is a song. Well, I came across this song about 7 or 8 years ago. I was doing my first solo tour across the Nordic countries of Finland, Sweden, and Norway, and ended up performing in a place called Nyköping in the middle of Sweden, and I've been performing shows now for about 17 years, well over 1,000 concerts, and I got the strangest or the most specific request for a song in Nyköping in Sweden a few years ago. And it was a place a bit bigger than this, and if you imagine the back of the room, it's kind of like a dark room, a bit like this, so it's very hard to kind of see people's full faces. And this guy had his hand up for 15 minutes. I didn't realise he was trying to get my attention, because usually back in the UK, if somebody wants to interact with a solo performer, they usually just shout out some random bullshit. But the Swedish are very polite like that. And this guy had his hand up for 15 minutes. I said, have you got anything you'd like to say? He said, yeah, I've got a request. And I thought to myself, oh, merde. Non. Not that song. But I said, have you got anything you'd like to say? He said, yes, yeah, I've got a request. I said, okay, go for it. He said, have you got any songs about the hardship and the plight of the people who used to work in the factories and mills in the north of England around about the late 1800s? I said, no, but thank you for that incredibly specific request for a song. I said, I haven't got that song, unfortunately. So when I got back home, I said to this man, I said, I'm going to try and find this song for you. So I went looking through my old folk records, my old folk vinyls, to try and find this particular song for this person. And I think I found it. And it's a song called the Dalesman's Litany. A song about migration through lack of decent work, lack of well-paid work, which is still very relevant today. And if I ever do return to Nyköping, that guy had better fucking be there, because I've learnt all that for him. So, this is a song called the Dalesman's Litany. It's hard when folks can't get their work where they've been bred and born. When I was young, I used to think I'd bide monks, root and corn. But I've been forced to flee this town, so here's my litany. From Hull and Halifax and Hell, good Lord, deliver me. When I was courting Mary Ann, old squire says one day, we've got no room for wedded folk, choose wed will you or stay. I could not leave the girl I loved, so town we had to flee. From Hull and Halifax and Hell, good Lord, deliver me. I've worked in Leeds and Huddersfield, where I've addled honest brass. From Barnsley, Keighley, Rotherham, kept me bairns and me lass. I've travelled all three ridings round, and once I went to sea. From Hull and Halifax and Hell, good Lord, deliver me. I've been through Sheffield lanes at night, it was just like being in hell. The furnace thrust out tongues of fire that roared like the wind on fell. I've summed up coal in Barnsley Pen, got muck onto my knee. From Hull and Halifax and Hell, good Lord, deliver me. I've seen grey fog creep o'er Leeds Brig as thick as Bastille soup. I've been where folks have stowed away like rabbits in a coop. I've seen snow float down Bradford Beck as black as ebony. From Hull and Halifax and Hell, good Lord, deliver me. But now me children have all flown to the country, I'll go back. There's 40 miles of heathery moor twixt myself the coal pit slack. It's oft at night I sit round the fire and I think on the misery. From Hull and Halifax and Hell, good Lord, deliver me. It's hard when folks can't get their work where they've been bred and born. When I was young I used to think I'd bide amongst the road and corn. But I've been forced to flee this town, so here's my litany. From Hull and Halifax and Hell, good Lord, deliver me. From Hull and Halifax and Hell, good Lord, deliver me. From Hull and Halifax and Hell, good Lord, deliver me. Merci. Merci beaucoup. Okay, this next song is called Winter Hill Trespass, and it's a single that I released last year, and I released it onto 7-inch vinyl, and also tea towel. I don't know how to translate that into French, but it's kind of like a piece of art. Well, you can use it as a piece of artwork, but also it's a thing that you dry your dishes on as well. I don't know how to translate that into French. But I released this as a single last year, and Winter Hill Trespass is an event that happened on September the 6th, 1896, where 10,000 people occupied a hill called Winter Hill near me to liberate a footpath, a walkway, which had been closed by a local landowner and slave owner. And 10,000 people went onto the hillside and broke down fences and broke down gates to liberate this path and defied police and gamekeepers and landowners. And this is one of these events that have kind of faded into obscurity over history. But last year was the 125th anniversary of the Winter Hill Trespass, and myself and a group of historians from the area decided to revive the story and commemorate the day. And that is the longest speech ever about a tea towel as well. So I hope you enjoyed the song. The song is called Winter Hill Trespass. And I tried to write the song in a kind of a 19th century music hall kind of song. Very similar to what they used to sing at the time. On Sunday will you come for a walk round Winter Hill? 10,000 came last Sunday, there's room for thousands still. On Sunday will you come for a walk round Winter Hill? 10,000 came last Sunday. There's room for 1,000 still. On Sunday will you come for a walk round Winter Hill? 10,000 came last Sunday, there's room for 1,000 still. On Sunday will you come for a walk round Winter Hill? 10,000 came last Sunday, there's room for 1,000 still. Landman's locked the gate, says you'll have to wait. Your leisure's less important than a grouse upon the plate. I'll let the toffs run free, shooting merrily. I says, the grouse has lived on that there moor long for you and me. Sunday will you come for a walk round Winter Hill? 10,000 came last Sunday, there's room for 1,000 still. On Sunday will you come for a walk round Winter Hill? 10,000 came last Sunday, there's room for 1,000 still. Can't you read the sign? It says all this land is mine. A right of way's a right of mine, I'll fight for what is right. Coppers come in force, crouched behind the gorse. The heather was a-bloomin' as we marched for the workers' cause. Sunday will you come for a walk round Winter Hill? 10,000 came last Sunday, there's room for 1,000 still. On Sunday will you come for a walk round Winter Hill? 10,000 came last Sunday, there's room for 1,000 still. Come spinners, miners, weavers, come all of you workers. Tie your boots and yomp the moor and liberate the land. Common land privatised right before your eyes. Our birthright it was poached by the devil's greedy claw. Sunday will you come for a walk round Winter Hill? 10,000 came last Sunday, there's room for 1,000 still. On Sunday will you come for a walk round Winter Hill? 10,000 came last Sunday, there's room for 1,000 still. On Sunday will you come for a walk round Winter Hill? 10,000 came last Sunday, there's room for 1,000 still. On Sunday will you come for a walk round Winter Hill? 10,000 came last Sunday, there's room for 1,000 still. On Sunday will you come for a walk round Winter Hill? 10,000 came last Sunday, there's room for 1,000 still. Merci beaucoup. So let's see what we do next. So you may notice that I'm detuning the guitar, because if English folk music isn't depressing enough, why not start detuning the instrument? And this is a song about traveling and meeting new people and building good relationships, and something that we've not been able to do for 2 years because of the event, which I won't go into. But it's just great to get back out here. The last time I was here was February 2020, just before the shitstorm. And it was really nice to come back and come back to Switzerland and Germany last week. So thanks for coming out. So this is a song called "A Roving I Will Go," and roving is like a English language poetic term for travelling. So I hope you enjoy it. It's called "A Roving I Will Go." Done me time in Huddersfield and Halifax as well. The life that was meant for me I'd rather serve in hell. Roving I will go, roving I will go. Collier's hands these'll never be, and a farmer's neither shall. For those days are past and gone, and sold out from the land. Roving I will go, roving I will go. Let the fiddle take the air and sing with heart's delight, with a north wind firmly at your back and the stars for candlelight. Roving I will go, roving I will go. Let us sing those songs of loss and the stories of old times. The words will ride the gentle breeze forever in your mind. Roving I will go, roving I will go. Head off to some foreign land, some far off distant shore. I won't return till I've made me name, I'll be dead forevermore. Roving I will go, roving I will go. Cast the shackles from the mind and join your hand with mine, with a north wind firmly at your back, for your tea will make in time. A roving we will go, 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 roving we will go. Roving we will go, roving we will go. Merci beaucoup. Okay, cool. Okay, I've got 2 more songs left for you. I'll play another traditional song. This is a song from Liverpool, and it's a kind of like a sea song. It's not a sea shanty, but it's a sea song. And if you like your songs about horny sailors, randy sailors, and drinking, this is the song for you. It's called Homeward Bound. At Liverpool docks we bid adieu to Kate and Polly and Sal and Sue. Our anchors weighed and the sails unfurled. We're bound halfway across the world. Hurrah, we're outward bound. Hurrah, we're outward bound. The wind it blows from east northeast. Our ship she sails 9 knots at least, and the girls stand on the docks and cry, while there's grog we'll never say die. Hurrah, we're outward bound. Hurrah, we're outward bound. At last the captain comes aboard. Our sails are bent, we're manned and stored, and the Peter's hoisted at the fore. Goodbye to the girls, we'll see no more. Hurrah, we're outward bound. Hurrah, we're outward bound. And when we get to Liverpool docks, pretty young girls come down in flocks. One to the other you'll hear them say, here comes Jack with his 10 months' pay. I see he's homeward bound. I see he's homeward bound. And when we get to the Dog and Bell, there's good pies for to sell. In comes Grouser with a smile. Drink, me lads, it's worth your while. I see you're homeward bound. I see you're homeward bound. And when your money's all gone and spent, none to be borrowed, no more to be lent, in comes Grouser with a frown. Get up, Jack, let John sit down. I see you're outward bound. I see you're outward bound. Then poor old Jack must understand the ships in the docks are wanting hands, and he ups his gear as he dones before. He says goodbye to his native shore. I see he's outward bound. I see he's outward bound. At Liverpool docks we bid adieu. Kate and Polly and Sal and Sue. Our anchors weighed and the sails unfurled. We're bound halfway across the world. Hurrah, we're outward bound. Hurrah, we're outward bound. Hurrah, we're outward bound. Hurrah, we're outward bound. Merci beaucoup. I've got one song left for you. Merci beaucoup to everybody involved in URGENCE Disc Records. Merci beaucoup to them. This is my second time here in Geneva, and it's a great pleasure to be back again, especially after the whole pandemic thing. 2 years ago I was here, and I have to point over here to my Capitalist Emporium, which translates as the merch stall. And got CDs, T-shirts, vinyl, and tea towels. I don't know how to translate tea towels, but maybe someone can help. But yeah, feel free to get involved, because I'm on tour at the moment. I was in Germany, in Alemannia, for 1 week last week, and here in Switzerland for this week. So feel free to get involved. And yeah, this is the last song. Thank you very much for sticking around. Thank you very much for listening. And this song is dedicated to all of you. Oh, it's called thank you. It's called The Dark Streets of Geneva. in the summer breeze down Manchester Road, the dead old trees. I drink with my friends, the Huddersfield pissheads, the dirty, delightful old drunken old days. Then the winter comes down and I love it so dearly. In the pubs and the bookies I spend all my time. The old men out there singing, when the roses bloom again, we'll turn like the leaves to a new summertime. The winter comes down and I can't stand the chill that comes to the streets around Christmas time. I'm buggered to damnation and I haven't got a penny to wander the dark streets of Geneva. Every time I look on, the first day of summer takes me back to the place I dropped my first E with the drugged up psychos with death in their eyes, and all of this really means nothing to me. The winter comes down and I can't stand the chill that comes to the streets around Christmas time. I'm buggered to damnation and I haven't got a penny to wander the dark streets of Geneva. Every time I look on, the first day of summer takes me back to the place I dropped my first E with the drugged up psychos with death in their eyes, and all of this really means nothing to me. The winter comes down and I can't stand the chill that comes to the streets around Christmas time. I'm buggered to damnation and I haven't got a penny to wander the dark streets of Geneva. To wander the dark streets of Geneva. To wander the dark streets of Geneva. Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Merci.